What is up if you're watching? What's up, guys? What is up, everybody? Anybody in chat? Anybody in chat? Let me see. What's up, guys? Let's see what's going on. We're just getting the stream started. If you are watching live, logo and portfolio critique here. We're gonna start with this portfolio I was sent. Let me just get to the design or the YouTube dashboard here, and we will get off to the races. Oh, hey Hypno, what's up, man? What's up? So sorry I didn't see your message. Yes, I am back. I'm back up to my old tricks again. I took a short break. So, but I joined a fantastic little Discord server, and I'm doing some live critique. So if you'd like me to critique something, you can link something to me in chat. We're gonna be working through your logos. We're gonna be looking through your all of your design portfolio, and I can give you guys some help. What's up, Dave? What's up, Bat? Thank you guys for joining. Let me put chat over to the right of me so I can be talking to you guys the whole time. Perfect. Fantastic. And just a quick plug, if you guys aren't already subscribed, be sure to do so. I've been doing design streams on the channel for a little bit. We have Hypno in the chat. He's seen some design streams. I usually go about taking a logo from a piece of paper to Illustrator, all in Illustrator, or all on live stream. Excuse me. I'm a little tired. It's been a long day at work, but I just thought we would kick the live stream channels in the Discord off by having a small little live stream. Also, yes, join the Discord server. The Discord server link is in the description. It's free. It's a wonderful community, and that is where I am getting a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be critiquing tonight. What's up, you guys? Hello, Kern. How are you guys? And I will say, that I only have 2 things up on deck right now. So if you guys want to send me a portfolio or a logo or a design, feel free to put it in the YouTube chat, and I'll be checking that more often than anything. So But without further ado, let's take a look at David Logan, 17, graphic designer based in Atlanta, Georgia. First, right off the bat, I quite like that, I mean, everything is right there. You know exactly what he does. But first and foremost, if I were you, David, I would take your age out of it. Just completely wipe your age, because your age shouldn't amount to the work that you do. It's really irrelevant. And I mean, I don't know what your goal is with this site, and maybe you can tell me in the YouTube chat. But going off of, let's say you want to do freelance work or design work per basis, you might not want to let people know that you're 17. Just let your work speak for yourself. Graphic designer based in Atlanta, Georgia is all right, but again, I would just remove the 17. I think it's irrelevant. First impressions here, and I haven't really looked at this off stream at all. I just now started looking at this. So let's see here. Really to just show some work. Okay, cool. So let's go through the website here. You've got year 2019 and year 2018, and then you've got year 2017. So I guess you've grouped things by year, and we'll go into these. But I will say again, I would not be grouping my work by year at all. And I say that to say because, when you want someone to look at your website, you don't want them to feel like work is dated. I have work on my portfolio that is a year, 2 years old, and I just want a client, when they come to look at it, or just anybody, I just want them to just see the work. I don't want them to, because I mean, obviously from year 2017 to year 2019, I'm going to make an assumption right now that you've gotten that much better. So just put your best work forward, and I would just group it by project, by case study, versus the year. Just me, but let's take a look. And you're probably still in school, so maybe that's why you did the yearly thing. But let's go from year 2017 here and work our way up. Okay, so all works in this section were made in 2017. This is some of my best work. Okay, you got some DJ stuff. Cool. Cool stuff. You got some YouTube banners. It looks like. Cool. Some Twitch overlays, maybe. Okay. Cool. Let's just go on through each one, and then I will kind of say something. Okay, yeah, totally. Like, even from just year 2017 to year 2018, you've already gotten leagues better, just in my opinion. I like the mock-ups. Got the Dawn shoes. That's rad. Cool. Prices sheet. Okay, and then let's go to year 2019. Definitely already grown so much. Got some album covers. Cool. Okay. So, yeah, man, I think overall I would get rid of the yearly groupings. Again, I think there's some really strong stuff from 2017 to 2019. But, I think there are a few things that you could probably lose. Like, personally, like these, welcome to my channel. I don't think that does anything truthfully to showcase what you can really do. Based on some of your more comprehensive designs. So things like this, I think, can just go. Personally, but what Shadaboy is saying in chat, I would group by project, period. So like this whole DJ series, you can tell that this series of images is in some sort of a series, I guess, some sort of group project. This, for my site, for my recommendation, that would be one portion of your site, right? I would do, you know, I mean, going forth here, album covers. I would do a whole section for album covers versus just grouping it by year, because I think there's a lot of variety here. And while that can be good, I think that it would be easier for people to just look through your site if it was grouped by project. Also, what I would say too is, you know, I don't think people want to even scroll this much, and I'm scrolling by this work super fast, right? If you think about how you look at social media, how you look at websites, you usually find a few things that you like, and then you'll just go into them, right? Rarely does anybody click every single button. So I think that further kind of backs up that theory of grouping it by project. People will find the projects that they want to look at, and then they can dive deeper into those projects. Here, to find really good work, you have to scroll all the way down or all the way up, and I think it would just be a lot easier. So I think there's some good work here. I think it's just a matter of arranging it differently. Definitely get rid of the years. Definitely get rid of your age. All good. And then you have a simple contact. Also, you might want to showcase multiple projects on the cover for each group. I would totally advocate for that. And I'll show you my website. Not that my website is the end-all be-all, but I'll just show you an example of what mine looks like. And then let's check out the about page. So I guess the about should be a drop down. Again, I think personally you should write a little bit more about yourself, and I'm in the same camp as you, my man, where I'm a man of few words, right? I don't like to talk much about myself. About me's are always super intimidating. Personally, for me, I'm totally with you. I like the couple sentences to describe who you are, but I definitely think you need more information on who you are and what your focus is. And maybe you're still finding out your focus because you're 17. Totally get that. That's totally fine. But graphic designer, I think, is really broad. If you can kind of narrow that down, I think that would also help you. You know, you're a graphic designer based in Atlanta, Georgia, specializing in identity, specializing in packaging, illustration. You know, it looks like you do a little bit of everything too. So. I would narrow it down just a little bit, get it to be a little bit more focused so that people know exactly what they're looking at. Other than that, let's see here. So isn't much appealing in a short time look. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe you can elaborate on that, Bat. But while we do that, I'll show you my website. Again, it's not the end-all, be-all, and I certainly do not like how it looks when it's super wide like this. But as you can see, and it's kind of skewed in OBS right now because I did a terrible job trying to get this stream together. But as you can see, you know, we've got the Film Appeal job, and if you click on Film Appeal, it goes into the entire job with everything that pertains to Film Appeal. So, you know, if a client's not gonna like everything that you do, I mean, hopefully they're gonna like the majority of what you do. That's why they're gonna hire you. But right off the bat, certain things will click with certain clients. And instead of scrolling through your whole portfolio to see if they wanna work with you, just let them decide, right? So a client might be scrolling past and say, oh man, this is a really cool image, let's go into it. And they can just go right to it. Maybe your future client is someone who's in the restaurant industry, right? And they don't need to see the Film Appeal production company logo. They'll just go straight to the food, and they can just look at exactly that. So just my 2 cents. Again, I think you should also have a little bit. I mean, this is my about page. Again, I'm a man of few words, but just a little bit more on what you do. So mine says, I'm a passionate creative individual with a multidisciplinary experience in digital marketing, My approach is rooted in my belief that effective marketing delivers an experience. Again, that's 2 sentences, so just expand on that a little bit more. That's my 2 cents. Just gonna put that out there. Hopefully you find some value in that, and good luck, man. I'm excited to see what you do in the future. So let's take a look here. Honestly, not sure I like the circle icon at the top. Well, it's not an ideal website for me right now. It's Carbon made. If it were up to me, it would be totally different. I rate Epic 9 out of 10. Okay, so if I were you, again, you know, technically, you do. Oh, I do see here. It's carbonmade.com. Okay, I would look at a Wix or a Squarespace, and I'm sure this isn't new information to you because every YouTuber and their mother is advertising this all the time. But I would look into those. My site's made with Squarespace. A lot of designers use Wix as well. I know, and I'm also a big advocate for Dribbble. Dribbble has wonderful pre-made portfolio sites now. So those might be some options for you. But Squarespace, definitely, I think it's definitely worth the money. I've used Squarespace for all my personal endeavors, for my personal business. I would definitely recommend it. For Dribbble, I think you do still have to be invited, but I do believe that the portfolio site service is open to anybody. I can't imagine that they would want a paywall, or I can't imagine that they would want to block anybody from giving them money. So you should be able to still do that. But definitely, man, you're on your way. Just a few things. Keep going. Keep designing. Let's go to the next thing, and let me check Discord here because I think I have a few messages. Okay. Let me know everything like color-wise. Okay. Is Halo in the chat? I know we all have different usernames on YouTube. I'm sure. I'm not sure who's who. So if Halo is in chat, let me know, because we're gonna work on your design next. I'm missing a font, which sucks, but I think we'll still be able to work through it, maybe? Let's see. All right, Illustrator, what's up? Yes, okay. You can totally send me other things. So I'm actually missing a font. If you would like, if you could send me this font, that would be awesome. Oh, you don't need that font. What? It is Segoe UI semi-bold? Is it... Let's see. Because I didn't want to delete it. Okay, cool. So there's quite a few elements here. I'm not quite sure what the identity is, because I'm pretty sure this is a logo. I see Project Moose, and then you've got a Mini App Canada and this example here. I'm not quite sure what this is. So let me know in chat, and then we can kind of work through it together and see what we could change, maybe what we could do differently, and we can just work out a logo. And if anybody else... Okay, so I made 2 logos. Mini App is the main logo. Okay, very cool. I am reading off Discord. Cool. Mini App is the main logo. YouTube is limiting me. Cool. I just didn't want to delete the other one. Cool. No problem. So Mini App Canada, what kind of company is Mini App Canada, excuse me. Hey Shaggy, thank you so much, my man. Have a good night. Hope to catch you soon. See ya, man. So let's see here. Okay, so Mini App Canada, what kind of company is Mini App Canada? Can you give me a little context? Excuse me. Like app development. Okay. App development company. Got you. Mini app. So is this just a made up company then? It's just like a practice run? I do those like all the time where I will just make up a company and just go for it. And if it is, tell me what does a Mini App Canada do? You know, like in your mind, even if it's made up, just give me kind of a scenario so that I can kind of work around, and then we can kind of touch it up. You know. App development mainly like iOS, Android. Okay. Fantastic. Awesome. Cool. So it seems like you've got some sort of pattern here. Is this... I'm trying to think here. Let's see what we can do. When we think of an application... Let me get some inspiration. Where do you guys go for inspiration? Because I usually go to Dribbble. That is my go-to if you guys have not already. Yeah, I can make it into other shapes like info or something. Okay, cool. Let's see what we can't do. Let's see what we can't do in here. Books. Oh, do you guys see the books? No, okay, cool. Dribbble. Let's do it like this. Okay, so thinking on the fly here, I probably should have looked at these beforehand, but the other streams that we will do in the future, I think will be a lot more succinct and put together. I just figured, hey, let's just launch it. Let's just go live with it. Just talk about some stuff. Okay, so let me get YouTube chat up really quick again. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? How are you guys in chat? The squares are the icons I really like. Okay, cool. How about this? So now I'm getting it. Okay, I'm trying to piece it together, and when we do critique streams in the future, we're gonna do them a bit differently. I already kind of have it mapped out in my head. So Mini App Canada, I really like the imagery here. With the leaf, I think that the leaf needs to be incorporated in these little app shapes somehow. Canada, I think this is a good representation of Canada. I also like this red a lot. I do like the gradient, but again, at the end of the day, I think gradients can be, oh, that's separate for the app. Project Moose. Well, let's do this then. I'm trying to think. I am going to do this. I am going to just kind of riff it here. I think in the future, when I have you guys submit things, I'm gonna have you guys submit with like a full description in mind, so I don't have to kind of figure it out live. It's probably an oversight on my part. It is a-okay. I'm just kind of run with my own thing with the mini app Canada idea here, and we're just gonna come up with a brand new logo or just kind of a spin-off. And then we will get to the next design. So again, I like the app shape a lot. Makes sense, but this little L or not L, this little shape here, I'm not sure makes the best sense. So I'm gonna do something pretty different here. Oops. So what if we just say we're gonna ungroup these guys, take these guys away. I like the shape. I even like the color a bit. Let's play with the gradient. Oh Lord, that is a big gradient. Let's just make it a little bit smaller here. There we go. Now, I will say, maybe we'll just give it a little bit of, First and foremost, I think, and I don't know how you guys usually design, but I usually design in full black and white. Just because I think it's super important to get your base shapes and design ready before you move on to color. I think color can be super distracting as it is right now as I muck up this logo. Okay. Let's do this. So what I'm thinking, right, I like the shape of the app. That makes sense. I love this leaf a lot. But doing something like that, I think that would be just too easy. What if we play with how I still want to see that it's a leaf, but I also kind of want to fill the screen here. Let's play around here. Mini App Canada. Kind of like it off to the side, maybe. What if I've seen a few apps that kind of do this, you know, where there's some negative space in there. And again, for sake of the critique stream, I think that I'm just gonna kind of jive by. My normal design streams usually last like 3-4 hours, so they can go pretty long. But because it's pretty late and because we are kind of on a time crunch here, I'm just gonna kind of sloppily put this together. Concepts for you guys to think about. So I like this font face, but I do kind of want to play with it a little bit more, and it's already outlined. So I am going to add a different font, if that's okay. And my favorite font, I think I've already posted it in chat, but my absolute favorite font is Gotham. I think it's a gorgeous freaking font. So gorgeous. Let's do Mini App Canada. Okay. I'm thinking we're gonna stack it kind of like you did. Okay. And then maybe we don't wanna. I used to freelance work. Really? I used to do freelance work developing iOS apps. Awesome, awesome. What was your favorite project that you think you worked on? I'd be eager to hear what you've worked on in the past. Let's bring this in a little bit. I think it's already looking pretty sick. Give me feedback in chat, guys. What do you guys think? Guide me. I'd love to make this interactive experience for everybody. Let's just bring that in a little bit. I'm gonna bring my rulers in, and I'm gonna come in here just like this. Fantastic. I like it. It looks like an app icon. Definitely like the logo. 11 out of 10, better than me. Well, honestly, I think you had some really good bones there. It's just a matter of combining it. And then we're gonna do something like this. Cool stuff. Again, this isn't pixel perfect. If I was doing this for a client, I would definitely have a grid system up or something different. So I'm really liking this. I think that it's time to add some color, and I really like this red a lot. And I really like the idea of a gradient. I think gradients are super modern right now. So let's put it in a gradient. But first, let's read the chat here. Social media app to share videos of challenges. We called it Challenger. That was the longest project I've done. Another one was called Study Buddy, which was an app that paired random people to quiz each other. That sounds awesome. That sounds totally cool, man. I really would love to get into coding. You know, I am in the design world pretty heavy, but I'd love to make actual working things. So that is super awesome. But let's add some color on this bad boy. I'm gonna start with this color. I really love this red. Let's just bring it over and get, I think I'm gonna do a darker red. So and my workspace, of course, is just disgusting and terrible when I'm trying to stream, totally. Let's bring out the color guide here. And I'm not sure if you guys can see this on the screen, but we will change this to be darker. Do it. Front-end dev and designers go good together. Honestly, I'm still liking a little more of the original, but this is awesome too. Thank you. Okay, so let's put the gradient back on it. We're gonna take this stupid thing that I did off, and then there we go. That's pretty nice, actually. Mini App Canada. I know I did this to the grid, but sometimes you do things to the grid and it just doesn't look optically correct. So let's play around with this here. I think something like that's a little bit better. Let's add another color in here just to see if we can have a little bit of fun. Maybe not. Mini App Canada. Honestly, I am just gonna leave it at this. Again, not a super crazy redesign here, but something different to consider. Let's do a before and after. And again, I'm pretty sure I butchered this just a little bit. I didn't really understand the concept that Halo was going for. So I think that, honestly, I kind of went astray, but definitely something different to consider. Let me open up a new artboard and we'll put them side by side, and you guys can decide in chat which one you like a little bit better. Thank you for subscribing on YouTube. I just got a notification that someone subscribed. Thank you. Computer's running a little slow, a little too slow if you ask me. Okay, so there's the after, and then I'm gonna just unsave this guy, and I'm gonna open it up again if I can find it in my very crowded documents folder. And let's see here, Moose. How many of you guys are still watching? Please say something in chat if you are still watching us. Boom. So here is the before and after side by side. Again, not sure if I totally hit the mark of what Halo was looking to do, but it's a different idea. I really like I think this is a little bit more punchy. If I were to do anything to this one, if we were just trying to nitpick, I would say maybe just try a more contrasty typography. I'd like to see this in black, honestly. I mean, maybe I'm just a sucker for dark, but anyways, that's what I would do. I think this one, I love the app shape. I loved incorporating that. That makes a lot of sense, and I really like the little leaf. I think that really ties nicely into but just an option. Just an option. Dave, if you'd like some help on that, you can DM me on Discord, and we can bring it up on screen here, and maybe I could give you some guidance. But for right now, I am going to look at Vi's PSD that he or she sent me. Let's take a look here. And I'm probably going to bring your PSTs into Illustrator just because, I'm sorry, I mean, I love Photoshop and all, but if you're designing a logo, I would certainly prefer if you guys used Illustrator, because Illustrator is really made for that kind of stuff. So I can't seem to find it. I've got so many friggin' files. Let's PSD. Okay, let's open link. Just give me 1 sec as I open again. Next, oh, here we go. King, I got you, man. I got you. So, let's do it like this. We're gonna open with Illustrator here. And we're gonna see Vi's design. His is quick. I'm assuming it's a he. If it's not, please correct me. But it says, the logo was made for is myself to test out and try something new. Really looking for color advice. You might not want to change anything. I don't know. If not, I guess just some general tips would be appreciated. So let's take a look. And this is for a profile logo or a picture for Instagram. So let's take a look. I am moving back to the chat so I can see what you guys are saying. Okay. Adobe Color. Every time yes, Adobe Color is super useful. Also, I use Coolors. I was talking to someone in chat about Coolors. So let's break down this logo a bit. Let me go to my layers here. Let's simplify things and bring it down to just the bare minimum. I think, truthfully, this is quite a busy background. In my opinion, and this is just me, I would not go with a picture background because of how small things are going to be. If you look at the legibility when you move it all the way down, it's practically, I mean, this is the size of an Instagram icon, right? So things aren't really legible. So if it were me, I would choose a solid color or a gradient. Just my opinion. I don't know if that's integral to you as an artist or as a designer, but if it were me, I would say goodbye. again, I do agree, yes, with what Hypno says. Well, what's up, Hypno? Is that it really does compete with the type as well. If I was going to keep the background, if it's a must for you, then maybe put like not everybody calls it this, but I call it a color matte. Basically, where you just drag a color and change the opacity over. You know, something like that. Again, if it were me, I would just delete the background. But if you have to have it, that's going to make that text pop a lot more and a lot more legible versus that. And, you know, let's just say that's the Instagram profile size, which is probably smaller than that. You can kind of see the difference with and without that color matte. I think it makes the world of difference. But again, for this purpose, I'm just gonna say goodbye right now, and let's take a look at what you got. Yeah, text is definitely the importance, and especially if you're designing for an Instagram icon, right? I mean, that's super small, so you need to put like everything in that icon needs to count. So I would just avoid minuscule little details, pictures, you know, make it simple. Keep it simple. That's just me. So I'm gonna touch it up, and I'm gonna show you what I'd probably do with with just a solid color background. So first and foremost, let's just take a look. You've got outlines on a little bit of everything. Again, not everything that I critique is going to be the end-all be-all, right? We all have our own styles. We all have our own voice. So don't let what I say be the end-all be-all. I'm sure you guys aren't, but if it were me and if this were my identity, what I would do, again, all about legibility, right? So this is not the clearest image because it was designed in Photoshop and not Adobe Illustrator. That's fine. That being said, I think it kind of looks like a little blurry, right? Not just because it is designed in Photoshop, but I think that the layers kind of make it confusing. So if it makes sense at all, I was going for a glitch effect and it didn't work out. Okay, I got you. Again, if it were me, I think this is cool. The crown, I think, is cool. I would just say one of those. You know, I think just removing one makes the world of difference. If it were me, I'd remove them all because I think it's just nice to have one clean outline. But to kind of keep the integrity of what you were going for, I'm just gonna include the one or just one of them. That's kind of nice, where it's kind of indented. And then I would do the same thing for the text as well. You know, I think leave it be a little bit more legible. Again, legibility is absolutely king when it comes to social media, and especially for those small icons. I think it's absolutely imperative. Let's see here. I'm trying to navigate these, and I'm doing a piss poor job. There we go. Okay. This is what I wanted. I'm liking this. I think this is nice, and it's a lot cleaner. And I kind of like the gold too. See, I guess you have like a gradient going. I think that's totally cool. Gold is royal. Ties back into the word king and the little crown you've got here. I think that's dope. So let's put a different background on it. I would not put black, but that's just me, because I think black's just too dark, you know. Maybe we can go with a nice red, like you were originally kind of playing with, the red and the gold. So let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. So I'm gonna show you guys coolers really quick. First and foremost, I'm going to grab, let's just grab this light value right here. And then I'm gonna grab this hex value. So for everyone who hasn't used coolers, I would wholly recommend it. So all we have to do is, I just color picked with the eyedropper this color right here as part. Gray and gold are perfect in my opinion. Well, let's try gray and gold. I do like that idea a lot. So we're gonna generate the perfect gray. So there's a few ways to do this. It would be a lot easier if you were in Adobe Illustrator because there is a nice color generator automatically built in. But if you don't and you want to do Photoshop, let me show you an awesome tool that I use all the time. So let me bring OBS up really quick and let me switch it back to the, oops. Let's window view. Did the window view just go crazy? I'll just put it over here to the side. No problem. So we're taking a look. Where is that dribble? Let's take a look. Trying to find. Boom. I have two tabs of Dribbble open. All right, cool. So going to coolors.com, spelled just like colors, but it's 2 O's instead of 1. Awesome. I will check that out next, man. So as you can see here, there are, let me see if you can see that. Yes, you can. So here's your color swatches, and you see that hex code. All you have to do is click on that, delete it, and then enter the one that you have in your design. Then you just lock it in, right? And then if you just hit spacebar, it's gonna generate colors based on the colors that you input. So here's a whole palette based around this one color that's found in your logo. So let's just play around here. And then that was talking about grays. So here's 3 options for a gray. Let's choose this dark medium gray, and we will just plug this guy right on in. I'm gonna minimize this, and I'm gonna bring back the chat. I can't see what you guys are saying now, but now I can. Cool. And then let's just plug it in. Let's see what we got. Truthfully, I think we need something a little darker than that. I don't think there's enough contrast, I'll be completely honest. So let me go back and click the granite gray. And I'll leave that off screen. You guys probably don't need to see that. Not quite sold on that one either. Let's try old silver. That's a little better. But it is a little dull. Let's see if we can try some different options here. Here's a red. Yeah, see, I'm liking the red a little bit more. I feel like a dark navy would look nice as a background. I like the red. Let me try something as well. Again, I like super minimal stuff, so let's see what this just looks like if it's just like that. Again, for me, man, it would just be that. I would totally avoid all the I hate to call them gimmicks, but again, I would save the super hyper stylized stuff for your Instagram feed, for your website. Leave the social be simple. And if you want my honest opinion, I try to usually even avoid word marks in a logo. So let me show you one last example, and then I will let you go and we will move on to the next design. But if it were me, what I would do is I would try to come up with a K design that somehow fit in with the crown. And I would literally just have my Instagram logo be a symbol. Because if you think about it, right? The more words, and king is a small word. So you honestly have, I mean, you could still, you know, put it in a very small Instagram icon. But personally, I think it's super nice to just have the crown. Think of, I'm gonna do a quick test here, and here they are super small. So when you make them super small, what do you guys notice? What I noticed straight off of the bat is that crown above the king, it's not legible at all. You're not gonna be able to make out what that is. Granted, you know, things might not be this small, but maybe they would be if you're in a comment thread, right? So if it were me, I would just do the logo, or just this little mark. And if you wanted to incorporate king into it, maybe try to creatively incorporate king into the crown, maybe just a K. I'm sure you can make a dope K with the crown, but that's just my 2 cents. I think there's some great bones here. I would just sum it up, just put it in one little package. I would say simplify it and make sure it's legible at very small sizes, especially for social media, right? Because icons are so small and you really want to be thinking of that. So zoom your designs all the way out to 20%, 50%. And also try to do that squint test, right? Have you guys heard of the squint test, where if you can squint and you can make out what it is, thumbs up. So if it were me, I would try something like that. Anyways, let us move on to the next design. I think I have one more. Okay, yeah. Dave sent over an AI file. Thank you, Dave. Let me download that and we will get rocking on it. And there was a question. Dave, did you go to school for design? I actually did not go to school for design. I actually went to school for video production, and that is basically the bulk of my education. I actually own my own videography company, and I have an extensive background in video production. So, yes, but I did take a few design courses in high school. My high school was kind of strange, where it's, offered some design courses. So other than that, it's pretty much just self-taught. I'm not sure why Shy is saying F, but hello Shy, how are you? Summer freshman 15 would be advice for. Okay, I will answer this question right now. Hey, I'm freshman 15. What would your advice be for pursuing a graphic design career? Okay, that's a pretty open-ended question, to be honest, and I think it really, quite honestly, depends on what subsect of design you'd like to get into, and I think that's a big one, is figuring it out. You know, you're pretty young, so maybe you don't even know what type of design you'd like to get into, and that's what we were talking about earlier with I believe it was Dave's website. It's finding that niche, right? You guys have all heard the term, you know, jack of all trades, a master of none, and that's very true. You're not going to master every part of design. You're not going to be super good at type and super good at, you know, logo design and great at layout and branding, right? So pick one or two of those and nurture your portfolio. I think, you know, we're really lucky to be in the career that we are, or we're lucky to have the interest that we do, because design is special. And sure, you can totally go to a big fancy design school or a local design program in your area, and I would totally recommend that for connections. But what's really going to make the difference is a good portfolio. I find that a lot of student designers, what they will rely on is work that they've done in college, right? And I personally think that is a negative, right? If you're looking to be employed, by a studio, an agency, whatever, or you're looking to do freelance work, you're gonna want to have work outside the realm of what you did in college. I would, again, look at college or further education after high school as a great place to make connections, meet people, exchange ideas, that sort of a thing. And it's also great to have on your resume, right? A lot of jobs really, require those things. But what's really going to make the difference is a seasoned portfolio. A portfolio that's not full of personal work, that's not full of student work. And I think that you can really tell student work from professional work. And what I mean by student work is stuff that you can tell is from a prompt. It's very cookie cutter, right? So advice for someone pursuing it, and this is very long-winded, but to put it in a sense, is to develop a portfolio and find a niche. And by develop a portfolio, what I mean is to make stuff every day. And it doesn't matter, I think a lot of people kind of get stuck, right? Where it's like they don't have clients and they don't know how to get them, and maybe they're not even ready for client work yet. And they don't know what to put on their portfolio because they only have school stuff. You can make up a business. You can go on Google right now, type in business name generator, make up a fake business and create a whole identity. And by identity, I mean logo, strategy, full mock-ups and everything. And you can put it on your portfolio website. And to be honest, nobody's gonna know the difference. You can even do redesigns, rebrands of companies that are in your city or town and use that. I've done that before. So develop that portfolio and then find your niche. Those are my two. That was super long-winded, but a lot of practice and a lot of study, definitely, as Bat said. So let us move on to Dave's stuff. And I should have been pulling that up as I was talking, but I did not do that because I am terrible. What's a niche? When I say niche, it's what I mean is finding that, how can I put this? Finding that area in design that you like to do and that you're good at, right? So as an overarching concept, right, I'm a graphic designer, right? But my personal niche, Justin's niche, is branding and identity within design, right? Whereas, yeah, well, not your greatest asset, but just a subsect of that subject. Again, graphic design's the overarching umbrella. I'm a graphic designer, but what I do in graphic design is I focus on branding and identity, right? So whereas another graphic designer might come in and say, I focus on strategy and packaging, right? Totally different. So typography, that's doing, great job in chat. I focus on typography, whatever. Find that part of the design, identify that on all your social profiles, on your website, everything. Because everyone's a graphic designer, but you need to establish what you do in graphic design as a more detailed thing. Like in videography, I owned a video production company, but my video production company specialized. Think about niche as like specialization, right? My production company specialized in corporate and commercial advertising. When the realm of videography, there's 1,000 things, right? There's weddings, there's commercials, there's creative projects, there's short films and movies. We did corporate video production projects. So that was our niche. So find that niche within design. Sorry, I'm getting tripped up on my words because it's almost 11 o'clock and I'm a little tired, but we're gonna get Dave's in here really quick. I know Dave is probably waiting. And then we will end it off let me see here. I keep downloading projects, and I'm terrible at finding things on my computer because it's so dirty, and I really wasn't expecting to do a stream tonight, but I said fuck it, we're gonna go for it, and we're gonna do a stream, and it doesn't matter. I don't know why I am. Question to distract Justin. Yeah, everybody just totally just distract me. That's totally fine. Let's. Okay. Group by date added. Okay, I found it. I'm sorry. That took 20 friggin' years. Okay. Gotham Black. I'm missing a few fonts, so I'm take a look at the preview, and I think I can match fonts similar to what you have in here. Okay, so Dave, Mr. Dave says this is a solo photographer, and he wants to have 201 lifestyle and the camera put into it. I'm fairly new to Illustrator, so anything will help. So he wants to have 201 lifestyle and a camera put into it. 201 lifestyle. Oh. 201 lifestyle. Very interesting. Okay. I am getting it. The pictures are everything is coming together. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm gonna be real with you. This top one's the one, okay? So what I think you were going for here is that this camera is a 2, and I think that's awesome. I really like that. So first and foremost, I think this is just almost too generic. Maybe not. I'm gonna put it off to the side, and we are just gonna go for this one. I'm not sure what this little red square is over here. Maybe it was just a mistake. I'm gonna move it off to the side as well. Tell me if it's an integral piece or it was intended to do something. And then we're gonna take away the typography right now. I think it was, so this font's called Tech Headlines. I don't have that. I'm sorry. We're just gonna go to my favorite font, which is Gotham. That is my go-to. It was for spacing when I started. Totally get that. I definitely use shape for spacing. So first and foremost, what I am seeing here is that there are a few interestingly made shapes here. I'm gonna deconstruct this a tad bit. And you said you're new to Illustrator, so I'm gonna take it a little differently than how I would normally do it. So let's center it up on the artboard here. I think this is a super strong concept already. I really enjoy the 2. Okay, so let's take a look on how you could build this differently. So if I take this into wireframe mode, which is, if you don't know wireframe mode, it's Command Y, I believe. It's Command Y for me, but I'm on a Mac, so it might change. But first and foremost, I think we could probably do this a little bit cleaner. So let me show you how to do it a little bit cleaner, and while still maintaining the same idea, because I think that the idea is awesome. It's really dope. So let me just take these guys out here, okay? And we're left with the normal, the normal wireframe here. Let me see. Let me go back here. So yeah, it is perfect on point. I think what you did was, oops, I just minimized my whole friggin' thing. I think you just use rectangles. What I would do personally, and I'm just gonna show you if it was me, I would use the pen tool, okay, and create your lines this way, and then you can convert them into shapes later. That way you don't have to keep layering rectangles over one another, but you can also do that. Either way works. I'm just showing you a different way since you said that you were newer to Illustrator, so don't worry about it. So right now, it is on fill mode. We need to change it to outline mode. That is Shift X for me. It might be different for you. And I'm gonna delete that really quick, and I'm gonna delete the original thing here. Oops. Did I not copy over my thing here? I might have also messed up my shortcuts. I know I did that at work. I totally bombed all my shortcuts. Anyways, cool. Here we go. So here's that line, all right? And then we can just beef up the stroke to be similar to what you originally had. I like things a little bit bolder. So what I'm also going to do is I'm going to make this 0, and the camera lens, I'm gonna make this the same thickness. I like thick lines a lot. If you look at my designs, and again, for those of you watching that are just now tuning in, check out my Instagram, @JustinM. You guys can see some of my designs. Check out my website. Love to hear what you guys have to say. But the first time I made it, I used the pen tool, but I felt like the rectangle tool would be easier. Okay, cool. That's no problem at all. Let me, first and foremost, I am a huge stickler for centering things. I always use the align tool. So we just align that to be technically perfect, right? I am going to also, okay, so let me show you how you can achieve that same look. I like the curvature a lot. I think that's super cool. So let me show you how we can achieve that same thing with using lines and not shapes. So basically there's an awesome tool here. So if we can highlight our line, and I don't think you guys can see this because it's cut off on OBS, but all the way at the top, object, come down to path, and then come down to outline stroke. And if we outline stroke, that makes this a perfect shape. So you're not dealing with 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 different shapes here. Now this outline is just one shape. I think that makes it a lot easier. And then what you had was these curving edges that I took off. All you've got to do is select the edges that you would like to be curved. Let me just make sure I'm selecting them all correctly. I don't think I am. I can't remember what the original design looked like, but all you got to do is drag them in now. Just drag them in and boom. Instant corners. Instant corners. Let me take a look at your original design so I'm not deviating too much. Let's take a look. Okay. I think I missed one little flourish. Let me bring that little flourish back. Redo. P. I'm gonna come up half. There we go. Now we're good. We're gonna go back to path. We're gonna go back to outline mode. It's now one shape. Okay, that's how it was. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. So again, just select the corners that you'd like, and then we can just boom, rounded. And I think that's gonna be way easier for you. Again, just a different way to do it. The way you did it there's nothing wrong with it. I just think it could possibly be a bit easier for you if you did it this way. Let me replicate your design here. So it was top here, top here, top here, and top here, and then you're gonna drag that all the way. There we go. It's now instant. Okay. Let me read chat really quick. I keep rethinking spacing and how big the camera part should be and how I was going to make the one similar to the rest of it, you know? Like, you don't need to have it look good to see all the details. Yes. Way cleaner, they're all the same size. Okay, cool. I'm on board with you. Okay, so the other thing that I want to change is the, I should know this because I was in video production and photography for so long. I think that's the shutter button. But what's conflicting for me is the rounded edges here, and also the thickness of this. Again, I'm a thick lines guy. I'm all about that Aaron Draplin life. Don't know if you guys are, but I think that this weight needs to reflect how thick these are. So let me backtrack a little bit. Actually, I don't need to backtrack. Never mind. But I do also think that this looks wrong. So let me show you what I would do. I'm gonna make that line again, right? And then here's a quick tip. Again, if you're new to Illustrator, this is a lifesaver. So when you make a line, it might not have any thickness to it. It might be super small, but if you want to match a thickness, all you gotta do is hit the eye button, and that brings up your eyedropper tool. Now the eyedropper tool is way more useful than just for color. You can also select strokes, and it will fill it to the same stroke. Cool, cool. So that's pretty thick. I still think the thickness is necessary. Let's just bring it up a little bit. Let's just bring it up. Let's just play around with it. You know what I mean? Let's just bring it there. Hypno says the camera feels a bit too wide. End of the two could be brought to more of a complete camera. I also agree with that sentiment. So let us let's see here. Personally, if I'm being honest with you, I kind of like it just flat without those little curvatures. But we will see. I will say this, that I just wanted to show you how you could do your design a little bit easier, so there's less steps for you. But I do quite enjoy the fact that I enjoy it without the little curves. It's getting late and my words are being lost, but that's okay. I'm gonna redo our line here. Boom. Okay. Boom, boom. Okay, of course not. Of course I wouldn't get the whole thing. That would be too easy. Boom. Okay. Cool. Alright, we are back with a live version. Just making sure it's like that. So what I'm thinking here, truthfully, I think I'll make this a little fatter. We're gonna group that together, center it up. We're gonna center this. Well, we're not gonna center it that much. Make this a little fatter. Make sure it's the same. Yeah, I do kind of see what Hypno is saying. Maybe we can make it a little bit less wide, but I don't think it needs to be super much thinner. Cool. Made it a little thinner. I think that's fair. Maybe we'll come in, and I'm gonna backtrack a little bit maybe. That right there, right, that's what was already better. Okay, boom, cool. Now let's bring in that one. I think what Hypno is saying, excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind here a little bit. I think what Hypno was saying about the complete camera, I think it's totally cool. So I agree, I think this right side should be the one. I think that's certainly doable. But how to make the 1. That is a whole nother story. Let's see. That looks a little too obtuse to me. I don't think that reads well. I was trying to do a 1 on its side, but that just does not look good in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, I can see that. That part should... Okay. I would almost like to say... And maybe this is just too... Let me get the ruler out here. You gotta get the ruler out sometimes, you know? Do I want to do it to that dot? Let me duplicate stuff. Hypno knows how much I love to duplicate stuff. I am on that Aaron Draplin life. So let's just play around here. I really like this mark, by the way. I think it's super strong. I want you to know that I think it's a great one. Continue to play around with it. If you'd like, I can send you this Illustrator file, and you are more than welcome to use this, tweak this as to your heart's content. I do not care in any way, shape, or form. I think I'm liking something like this though. I need to. I could see playing with the top part of the camera to form the 1. I think that says, I think, please, I would love it. I think that this line should have the same proportion to the side, to proportion size of the line of the little square. Same proportion. 1 second, peeps. 1 second. Let me lock this in. There we go. That's what I wanted. Better. But I don't like this, so this is going bye-bye. Okay. And that's gonna do that, isn't it? That's kind of nice though. Actually, don't mind it all too rounded. I don't want that hard edge, but I don't mind that actually. That's kind of cool. Let's just keep playing around with it, and then I will give it back to you. I won't spend too much time on this tonight because I do have to go to bed. But I would love to do this more often. Something like that, maybe? I think fully rounded edges would be better. Okay. We can certainly try that. That's pretty good, guys. I do quite enjoy this. This does not feel optically correct. I'm not happy with the 1 yet. Maybe that's a little bit better. Let's bring it down a little bit. I know that's not me. Something like that, maybe. I am vibing with it a lot more now. I think this looks a lot. It looks really nice, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie. Let's cut that in a little bit. This is feeling a little fat to me. Let's see, where would that button be? I guess it would be all the way to the edge, wouldn't it? Let's do something like this. Maybe. Yeah, I think coming down a little bit. I think it's still legible as a 2. I really do. but I do think it would look more like the more like a camera, especially up to today's standards, if it did something like that. I think we're cooking, guys. I think we're honestly cooking with something here. I like that a lot. Okay. Maybe we play with... I think we're getting somewhere real close, guys. I really like this identity. That's why I played with it. I think it's super, super smart for someone new to Illustrator. I almost even like that, to be honest. I know that's a little bold, but I think that's super interesting. I'll leave that up there too. I kind of like it because it looks like it has a really big, expensive lens. This looks a little more smaller, but I'll leave that up there. Let's just play with this one. I think this is it, and I'm gonna be real with you. I would, truthfully, I think everybody understands. Like, let me just get rid of this for you. Here are just some different options. Oops. I'm gonna leave some options up here for you to play around with, to have fun with. If you do want this file, totally cool. I think that's a super strong mark. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. If it were me and this were my brand, I would probably just leave it as just the logo. I'm not sure if it really needs type. I would do a version with type for the client, surely. But I think, like, for going back to how we were talking about Instagram profiles and things, I think that it would be totally acceptable. Sorry, talking and scaling is not my specialty, if you haven't figured that out yet. I think it would be totally acceptable to just leave this, you know, like, because you understand it's photography. And I think the 201, boom, dynamite, done. I mean, in my opinion, but let me just reset this a little bit. I'm gonna put some words on it, and we will also color it for you, although I like it in black, and then we will end the stream. Not sure how long this has been. It's probably been a lot longer than I intended, but that's totally okay. Are there still people in the chat? If you're in the chat, give me some love. Let me know that you're still here. I would like to know that everybody is still watching. Boom. Thank you for the love. Gotham. To be honest, yeah, I mean, it's almost a little redundant to just put 201. I'll be real with you. Let's no, I don't want that. No, I don't want that either. Honestly, I'm gonna be real with you. Boom. There's your mark, boy. Friend. I don't even know if it needs to be much more than that. I think it's super strong. I think you've done a great job with the concept of it. Truthfully, I probably should go to bed and end the stream, and you probably want to mess with the color and all those fun things. But I kind of like it black and white too. So I think this is a super strong mark for you. I didn't really do anything different besides round and make the one a little bit different. But hopefully I showed you some alternate ways to make this logo. I will definitely send this to you, and I'll send everybody their stuff that I worked on tonight. If they'd like, they can just send me a DM. But anyways, guys. Anyways, I think we have done a good job tonight. On second thought, I think this looks like dog trash. So, never mind. But I think we've done some good stuff tonight, guys. If you're from the server, thank you so much for joining on in. I've really appreciated all the support from the Discord server. If you're not in the Discord server, please join that up. It's awesome space. And I hope it's been fun for everybody. Thank you for the awesome feedback. Again, when we do critiques next time, I think they're going to be a lot more in depth and a lot more organized. But I just thought we would just test the waters on them. Seems like everybody likes them. Hope everybody has a great night. Keep designing. I'll be talking to you guys in the Discord if you haven't already. Follow me on Instagram. I'd love to follow you back. All right. And without further ado, guys, thank you so much. Have a good one.